That definitely.
Good evening, everybody. It's the Mates FC podcast here. My name's Dave Chase, and I'm here. We're joined tonight by our captain, Mr. Captain. Hello.
I feel a bit rusty. I've not done this for a while. I'm Captain Danny Warner. What?
I presume you know your name.
I know my name. That's about all I know. Danny Warner, Mates Ambassador, Captain of Mates FC, even though I haven't played for ages. And that's about it. Over to someone else. Simon.
Yes, Simon Green. I'm one of the Mates Ambassadors and one of the kind of Mates assistant managers. Yeah, that's me. Andy.
Well, hi, I'm Andy Tallis. I'm the Mates FC welfare officer, as well as one of the coaches at Mates FC and football fitness on a Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Come up.
Lovely stuff. Right, you may have noticed we haven't been here for a couple of weeks. You may not have noticed that we haven't been here for a couple of weeks. But what with everything picking up and opening up again, and the boys run quite a lot of different football clubs as well, all the time. We just needed a couple of weeks to actually breathe and stuff, basically. Danny needed to grow his hair a little bit longer and rest his little legs. But and also in the meantime, Andy's become a massive spit roast expert, and that's been glorious. He's been wowing us with his moist meat, so that's nice. What have we got coming up tonight, Andy?
Right, so on tonight's show, we have a little bit of we'll cover off the game that we had on Saturday against Berlin United. Obviously, they are all West Ham fans. So there was.
They misread that.
They just about got 11. Oh, sorry. And then we'll talk about the Euros because it kicks off for England on Sunday. So really exciting now, and just we'll talk about how excited everyone's getting about that. So if you can start posting up some bits about that and how excited you are, will be great. Then we're going to talk about Gareth Southgate did a piece all around players, and we're a really patriotic bunch, but let's get behind the players and let's not do the normal sort of England thing and criticise them. And then we'll talk about a bit of tragedy that we had this week with the Roots Hall fire. Luckily, everything seems to be okay, so that was good, but it was a little bit touch and go for myself.
Bit of tragedy. Some AstroTurf that was in a pile was on fire. Unless you're related to
the greatest stadium in the world. It's a bit of a news story.
Debatable.
And then lastly, we'll finish off with this Saturday's game against Football Fitness. So start feeding in. It's great to know who's out there. We've got somebody who said, "Oh, shrimps are on fire." Thank you very much, whoever's posted that Facebook user.
That might be referring to your spit roast.
I can probably guess who that'll be. Maybe it's about my barbecue. It is barbecue season, guys. So if you've got any great barbecue stuff, get that up as well. So yeah, that's everything tonight on tonight's show. Thank you.
And if there's anything you want to bring up, just put a comment underneath this broadcast, and we'll run through it and talk it through. Right, go for it, Andy.
So first of all, the game this weekend that we had on Saturday against Berlin. I'm not saying it right, but the look on Simon's face. The Bolin. I think I've got to say it like that. Not the old Bolin United. Is that better?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Berlin. Who's Berlin?
Mate, it's going to be sick in the mouth a bit.
All right. So yeah, they were, like I said, West Ham fans. So they were lucky to get 11 together, because there's not many to choose from. And then it was a great game actually. Played in really good spirit, and we came off victorious, which is always good. Apparently, I mean, there was some great feedback around the ref this week.
He was fair. He was a very fair ref, and a good, fair, non-biased ref. That there was only a couple of things that he didn't notice happening, but that was about it, really. Just when that person's head fell off.
Yeah.
But no, you've done very well, Mandy.
Thank you. What was the actual final score, Dave?
I don't know.
Daddy won't know that.
I was just reffing.
You were the ref.
Oh dear. But yes, some really good play. It was just really nice game. What's that? Sorry.
7-4.
Yeah, it was 7-4. But it was.
It flipped that all the way through. It was like we got one, they got one, we got one,
really
they got one.
Close game.
It was very close.
At the end.
Who got 7? Us.
What's that? Sorry.
Who got 7? Us.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, some football now.
Yeah, that's how it works. The winning team is the one that scores more goals.
I didn't hear you say we won.
Sorry, I said to start with victorious, but yeah, it's
I'm too busy eating runner beans.
Really... What are you eating anyway? Runner beans. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got a massive stir fry here, but can't eat it.
You can eat it. It's fine.
You can eat it bean sprout by bean.
I can't eat it live.
Go and do live bean sprout eating. Just put the sound on. Everyone wants to see you watering down bean sprouts.
Oh, that does look nice.
Yeah.
Honey chicken.
Nice.
Honey.
Oh yeah.
Honey G.
Yeah, don't let it go cold on our behalf. You know, it's only going out to people. You just.
Yeah, just turn the sound off. That's fine.
But yeah, no, it was a good game. It was played like we talked about before. It was played in exactly the right spirit. It was really competitive, but yeah, a great game and a great bunch of lads again that came over to our place and gave us a really good game. To be fair, and it was quite a weird game because Liam was on the wrong team. I think he probably wish he'd put his mate shirt on, But yeah, no, it was nice to see him with his mates, and yeah, they gave us a really good game. So it was, I thought it was excellent and played in exactly the right spirit of what mates is all about.
Exactly, it was all a laugh. We got on, we played the game, we had a laugh, we were laughing between teams, all good. I like their kit. It reminded me of an old Sabutio kit, like just a classic. It was like a classic West Ham colours, but very, very retro, like the 1930s.
Where were they from?
And I said, they're all, yeah, a lot of them are down there, but some at university, so some came from Surrey and places like that. But I said something about Sabutio, and because they're all young, they didn't know what it was. Apparently, Sabutio is not a thing anymore.
I thought Sabutio was supposed to be making a comeback. They were re-releasing.
We could just turn our team into. We could turn our team into a giant Sabutio team.
We could do that.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, so it's really nice, good spirits. We've had, we've got some good ones coming up again with some regular teams that we play, and it's just nice to have. It's one of the things that you brought up, you boys, before about where you've been in local football for 400 years, and the old West Ham, like Millwall sort of attitude of just going to go and kneecap everyone. It's really nice not having that atmosphere in the teams that we generally play, and just playing nice, friendly teams that are there to get their lads a run out, make them feel better. And, I don't care that I don't really know the scores or anything like that, because it just shows that we're doing this for the reasons that we are doing Mates FC, which is to get people out there having a kick around. And actually, our goal, sounds cheesy, is just to get people back out on that pitch, make them enjoy themselves, and give them a break from real life. And that's what we do. Score don't really matter, but we do win nearly everything, so that's good.
Joel Thomas has said, "Good to see you all. Good to see that the podcast is back." Hi, Joel. Played well at the weekend.
And Joel's really sort of got into the swing of things. Joel's someone that I've seen at Football Fitness Club, and I said to Rich when I first saw him, because he really stood out as like much faster than most people that were there, and I was like, does he play for a club at all? And the answer was no. And then I spoke to Joel about it and just said, if you want to come around and come over and have a kick around. And after a little while, he did, and now he's well and truly part of the team, and is just a lovely person to have play for us, and it's exactly what it's all about.
Right.
So this week,
Euros.
Tiskley boy. Who are the other comments from?
I don't know if
I can't see their names. One's definitely the Shrimpers one's definitely Matt. Yeah, so this week, whilst Andy's a bit frozen, also Mates FC training, we had 9 new people come over the week before last. We had 19 people there this week. It's just really, like, since the weather's got better, it's going fantastic. We're just having so many new people turning up and coming and playing. Every game we've had at least 3 new players for every game that have never played for us before. Yeah, we want it to continue. We want you to keep coming, keep playing. If you fancy it, give us a shout. Come and watch if you don't want to just come straight into it. But get in touch with us. We want you over there. Now, underneath this video, Andy's just put a post up, and it's Gareth Southgate. Do you want to just explain what it is?
Yeah, so basically Gareth Southgate's done this piece all around the excitement of, like, when he was a kid, and he goes into quite a lot of detail around the England team and stuff like that. And he's saying it's, you know, great to manage like such a patriotic country, and you know, we are really patriotic, and we all think that we're going to win whenever we go into a major competition, even if we kind of know deep down we maybe haven't got the players compared to some of the teams, or the setup that some of the teams have had. I think this year is probably, you know, I'm going to do the typical English thing and say that we have got a really good chance because we've got some great young players, great young talent. Whether it will be enough to get us through to the latter stages, we'll have to wait and see. But we're really patriotic, and we really get excited about it, and you know, really get up for the thing. And then it comes along, and then we end up, you know, going in, especially from a press point of view and everything. And you know, the players get a lot of abuse, and you think about in recent years, you know, even in sort of my lifetime, the Beckham kick out, you know, and it completely villainized him, and they were burning effigies of him in the streets and stuff like that. And then he turned out to be probably one of England's best players. He's got to be up there, you know, but he had to go through that whole stage. And it's kind of like the press are looking for stuff, and people are looking for stuff before we've even kicked a ball. And
Jesse Lingard, you know, take that last week, yeah? Squad gets announced and he's not in it. So everyone just starts, the press just start picking holes in everyone that's actually in it, because he's the face, he's the name, he's what the press want to go with. They don't want to go with these people that they don't really know. So they just start picking holes in them when they know nothing about them. Gareth Southgate clearly does know. He knows what's going on behind the scenes. He sees what they're doing. And it's not our job. It's his job. But, you know, it shouldn't be the case that, you know, fair enough if they want Jesse Lingard, if the press want Jesse Lingard there, and if the fans want Jesse Lingard there, fair enough. But it doesn't mean that we need to take the piss or slag off the people that are going. They're getting their chance at going because they deserve their chance of going, because what Gareth Southgate sees in them. It's not that, oh, because you're there, he can't go, and we want him there, so you're shit. And unfortunately, that's what the press are like. On another note, Ty's face is actually darker than the pine bed behind him due to his son.
No, England in general, just the general English public are so negative. They got everything that anyone, you could have the best manager in the world in there, and he'd pick his players, and you'd still get the media, you'd still get people saying shouldn't take him, blah blah blah. At the end of the day, you have
exactly. Everyone's an armchair expert, aren't they?
Well, they are. You just got to let them crack on. At the end of the day, Gareth Southgate, I believe Lingard should have gone. I am one of those, but being a West Ham fan, and he's in.
Well, it's not one of those. It's, you know, he absolutely deserves to go without fail, but he's not.
But we took Saka, who's a much better player. So.
But
Saka.
I think it was Serena Williams said, right, you know that stuff last week about a tennis player who pulled out the French Open because she didn't want to do the, because of the anxiety issues. And I think Serena Williams said she should just do what I do, which is I don't care what they say at that press conference because I'm better than all of them. None of them can come close to me, and I'm the one with the skills, basically. So you can say what you want about me. I don't care. I'm better than you. And it was just nice to actually hear a sports person actually stand up for themselves like that, because exactly that. Think of the abuse that we give footballers. Not when I say we, I just mean fans. We give them that abuse. We've no right to give them that abuse, and we aren't better than them. They're better than anything we could ever be. So what right have we got to pick holes in them? But we still do it. I remember being up Mega Bowl watching. What was that? '96. And was it in France? What was the one in France?
No, wasn't it Japan where we had to go really early? Was that one? When we
France was '98.
Yeah, so it'd be '98 because we was up at the Mega Bowl, and everyone went mad because we got kicked out of the World Cup. And the actual attitude actually said was, right, we're going to get a ferry tomorrow and we're just going to kick off in France. That's the people I was with. That's what they said. We're going to get a ferry tomorrow. We're so angry. We're going to get a ferry to France in the morning and we're just going to go and kick off.
Nice.
Great. That'll sort everything out.
Yeah, let's
do that.
Just
Real.
It's ridiculous. And I missed that ferry.
We've got a message here from Pete, who's a close, intimate friend of Simon. Lingard ain't good enough.
Quality, Pete. Pete always talks sense. You heard it here first. Saka will be the player of the tournament for England.
Declan Rice, mate, all day long.
Oh, chance.
Annika Rice. That's his mum.
Challenge Annika.
I love Challenge Annika. Favourite programme ever.
Can you imagine if she was actually his mum? That'd be quality, wouldn't it?
Challenge Annika is not better than Treasure Hunt, is it?
Yes. Well, then they can build a school in a day. Treasure Hunt was just like, I found an egg or whatever it was, with Wincy Willis looking at a map.
Treasure Hunt had you on the edge of your seat every.
Do you remember Interceptor where they shot them?
Yeah,
similar sort of thing.
Oh, I wish I could watch that again.
You probably can. You heard of YouTube?
No. Oh, I love it.
Right, so it's a little bit browner. Yeah. If everyone could just get an eye on Si for us in case he goes up in flames.
He's starting to look a little bit mahogany, I'm not going to lie.
Do I look really brown?
Like
I can't see anything, can I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you basically look like a hazelnut.
You look a little bit like that David Dickinson, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I haven't been out in the sun for
or a steak bake. No, you're darker than a steak bake.
Oh, right. Good.
Yeah, so the Euros this time around, it just, bear in mind, I know nothing about football or anything like that, but I still get excited about things. It just hasn't seemed to have been any excitement until about 2 weeks ago, and now everyone's like, pubs are open, sun's out, football's happening, let's go and smash it. I think it's going to be brilliant.
Matt Smith put a comment. He's put, don't get taking Henderson. We have a history of taking injured players and it never works out. I mean, I personally not a great fan of Henderson's, but I think, he does a good job. But I agree with, if he's not fit, he's not fit. We've got enough players. We don't need him. And he definitely shouldn't take penalties. Southgate, I think, would be quite clear after that friendly that he won't be taking a penalty. So.
The thing with Henderson, I'm not a fan of his either, but I reckon he's taking him for the experience side of it and the way he'll get the players going.
Yeah. And also,
he's there,
don't forget, it's like if we get through to the latter stages, he'll be fit by then.
It's not
massive, like you said, I don't rate him either. He's good for like 10 minutes at the end to shore things up. But
historically, think about like. Do you remember like everyone having to put their hands on a picture of Beckham's ankle, or his foot, wasn't it, when he done his
Rooney's foot.
Rooney's with
Rooney.
When Rooney broke his metatarsal, yeah.
That's it. And everyone had to put their hands on it as in like the paper.
It works.
So
meant positive mental attitude.
you see, they brought out the soccer aid team.
So
They brought out the soccer aid team for this year in September.
that's been announced already.
Yeah, today. Although we haven't got it's not a full one.
Go on, who's
Bear with.
Are they struggling for news stories today or something?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see any coverage in the national newspapers about Roots Hall either.
Oh. That's because all that happened was someone set fire to a bit of carpet, wasn't it? Well, we can buy a ticket.
Smoke billowing out of the ground. It was quite serious. But luckily, no shrimps were harmed.
Right, England team.
Alison
This
Moyer
is
is with us.
She's playing in soccer aid. So this is the England team for soccer aid, not the actual England team. Ollie Mers, Wayne Rooney.
Hang on, let me go notepad.
All right. Ollie Mers, Wayne Rooney, James Arthur, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Paddy McGuinness, Jamie Redknapp, Chunks, Farrell Williams, Mark Wright, Ashley Cole, Liv Cook, Kelly Smith, David James, and Emil Heskey.
Wow. Chunks
so far,
he's a YouTuber.
Oh right, I don't know about YouTube, guys. So
and then the rest of the world,
but he's actually got some. He's got a touch on him.
The rest of the world so far is Usain Bolt, Tom Grennan, Roman Kemp, Kem. I can't read that name. Roberto Carlos and Patrice Evra. Can't read that name either.
Five-a-side team.
Why is Roman Kemp playing for the rest of the world and not England?
I don't know. And Harry Redknapp, the manager for England.
He's quality. He should have been the England manager. Him and Brian Clough.
He would have been, but for that bung thing. That bung, not that he was found guilty, but that's when he was just about to be England manager, wasn't he? When that came out. The envelope.
I reckon the best England manager we missed out on was Brian Clough.
Yeah, but the thing is, imagine Redknapp, right? If we had, imagine like the World Cup, a couple of years ago, the World Cup. Imagine if we had Redknapp, how the country got behind the team then. Redknapp as manager as well. Everyone would just be so in love with it, wouldn't they? It'd add another level of like buy-in.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I'm out of my depth here. Can someone else talk about football?
Right. I'm going to put it out there. So everyone who's watching, who is going to win the Euros? I'm going England.
Coming home now, France.
When people say that, do they ever actually believe it?
Yeah, I believe it.
Is that best chance?
Well, yeah, and seeing it last time, having no big names, having everyone that has, all the old ones that we've been used to seeing playing together, and then just that new lot last time, it was so refreshing just to see what they can actually do and learn about these not new players, but see them play together for the first sort of time. And now you've got a bit of buy-in from that still. We've got a bit more experience under our belt with it, but we know that the core of that is brilliant.
Martin Cook, he said Holland. Hi Martin, how you doing? You all right? Scotland will take everyone by surprise as well.
I think they already have, just being in it. Yeah, just being there.
Yeah, I think they're underrated, Scotland.
Yeah, Martin's working on a song for us as well. We need some. No, not for the Euros. For us, for Mates FC, we need some sort of chants from the fans. We're going down the line of we need it to be a bit Wenger boysy. So basically, all we did was sat in a pub garden on Saturday afternoon, drank cider and shouted songs at each other, and just tried to add the word mates in there.
Sounds blinding.
Have we come up with a
I
song?
have nothing. No. Well, they were going down the road of, we are the mods, going down that sort of line.
Oh, right, okay. Southend's like one's quite good. Is Southend on Sea the longest pier you'll ever see? I thought that's a nice one.
I was in a band and we did a song about Southend, and it was called Southend. It was SAUFEND. It was a bit like Blur and Black Grape, and it was like an indie band called Draylon, and
really
which is
well,
material. Huh?
You weren't really like them. They
certainly weren't like
a lot of money.
Yeah, and I remember writing. I wrote a classic line in SAFUND, and it was "Grannies in wheelchairs litter the streets." There you go. So if you need me,
Martin Cook is actually, just in case anyone's interested in the song, he's put the words up. We are the mates. We are the mates.
We are the mods. We are the mates. We are the mates. Yeah, but we need a real song. I'll go that. We was doing Cheeky Girls as well.
Isn't there a song that like has the word "greats" or something like that in it? You could just change the word.
If you think of any songs that you can fit the word mates into that people can stand and shout, please let us know. We would go for the Cheeky Girls. We are the Cheeky Boys. And what we thought would be nice is my uncle, my uncle's mad. He's so nice. And he lives down in Devon in this beautiful big house with a river in the garden. But he does bowls, and he started doing the haka with all like the old people. A hacker, sorry. And started doing a hacker, and he got on like BBC News because all these old grannies and that at the bowls club, before they started playing bowls, they all started doing a hacker at the other team. So what we thought would be nice is one of the options Martin came up with, I think, might be me, was what if we just did a silent Saturday night so before kickoff, we're on the circle and we all just start, but not saying anything. So it's like a hacker, but like Saturday Night by Wigfield. And in doing that, it might confuse the other team.
It will certainly.
It will also include where you touch your bum and turn around.
I love the hacker. I love watching that when New Zealand do it.
Yeah, the hacker's slightly different to doing a silent Saturday night.
Yeah, but you don't know the power of a silent Saturday night, including touching your bum and turning around. Imagine that happened opposite you when you're about to kick off or something. It's going to have the desired effect
for the other
which
team.
is what's going on here.
Like the birdie song.
We're playing a really friendly this Saturday. Maybe this is the time to give it a try.
Yeah, do that.
We've got a Facebook user says hello, whoever that is. Unfortunately, it hasn't come up with your name. I've looked on the phone; it hasn't come up either.
There's a few of them. The first three.
Yeah, it's this thing I use. It's
yeah, but Dave, you said the first comment was probably Matt, which probably was. But then there is a comment from Matt that's come up.
Yeah, they have to give permission, so he's obviously clicked on it afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what was quite sad about the fire? Was it was actually a community they'd spent about £100,000 putting AstroTurf down and making a nice thing for the community at the side of the ground, and that's actually what set on fire. So they'd spent around.
Yeah, but wasn't it excess? Wasn't it excess AstroTurf? Was it an actual pitch that burned?
It was actually an actual I think it was like it was just like an incentive that was going to be launched. It was like an area for the community, and they'd spent about 100 grand on it, and it just went up.
Was it arson or was it by
how? Yeah, I was going to say, do we know how?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say.
Could have been one of them things where the sun's reflected on something.
Yeah, and legitimately on that subject, lovely link there, Danny. Dog owners, it's just something to bear in mind. Football update here. Dog owners. So, like you're not supposed to walk a dog on hot tarmac, but I didn't realise the same for fake grass. So
Oh, really?
on the left-hand side, this side, is artificial grass in the sun at the top. 62. Oh no, this side. Sorry, the other side. Yeah. So when it's 38 on normal grass, it's 62 on fake grass.
Wow.
And in the shade, when it's 27 on normal grass, it's 34. So that's not a lot, as in, like, if it's 38 degrees in the real world, that grass is 62 straight away. It don't take much to get up to 100.
Lying on fake grass.
It's still going to be hot at 38, isn't it?
Mm.
That's what I've been doing up in there.
Look at the positive, though. Look at the positive. Take the positives. It's going to stop them pooing on it.
Who's
Or it just burns it straight away.
Burns their bullet.
But no, on Southend, you know, we will all, whatever happens at Southend, we'll always poke fun at Andy. But absolutely, you know, any club, how hard the groundsmen work, how hard the backroom staff work there, and if that was a chair that's on fire, they'd get, you know, sympathy from myself for it. It's a horrible thing, and actually seeing that smoke and all the photos yesterday on Essex Lies and stuff like that, it does shit you up, doesn't it? Because that could have easily been that stadium.
Yeah, and it's a club that's struggling for money as well, which is
Absolutely.
Sod's law, isn't it?
But we're gonna be top of the league next year. That's a positive.
Oh, you're playing in the Cub Scout League or something?
National League. So we've had a couple of Facebook users. So one said, "Madness must be love, but change the love to mates." So it must be mates, mates. Bam. Nothing more, nothing less. Mates are the best. I quite like that. The bloke with his pit bull over there last week was a bit naughty then.
I didn't see a dog. Hello, darling.
Streaker on the pitch. What was that? The bloke with his pit bull over there last week was a bit naughty then.
I didn't see anyone with a dog. But yeah, I know it's nothing to do with football, but yeah, just watch out with that, because a lot of people have got fake grass in their garden because it's easy with dog shit, isn't it? Just to wash it away. But I wouldn't have considered that would hold the heat like that. And also, when you're smashing your legs around on the pitch, you want to watch that out.
I've got it. I know what that comment is now. The week before, we played the team and they had a pit bull, and it came over and was sitting on the edge of the AstroTurf, and he's saying obviously it was a really hot day.
And a pit bull on the pitch?
Yeah. It wasn't on the pitch. It was just sitting next
to the Melbourne
pitch.
Wait, who was that against?
Leeds United. We're playing them again shortly. Well, we've just booked another one in with them. Yeah, we've got another one in with them on the 21st of August. We've just arranged that, and yeah, great little initiative they are.
They were a great bunch of lads as well. Really good.
They're a good side.
So yeah, basically they. Where are we?
They were called. Is it One Generation or?
I'm just trying to find the explanation.
Okay, sorry.
Reach every generation.
Reach every generation.
This bloke called Gavin, who organises it, he's brilliant. Reach every generation, and him with his wife arranged it about 5 years ago, and they work with young people across Essex who are at risk of gangs, serious violence, exploitation, and marginalisation. And they do one-to-one mentoring with them between 9 and 17 years old. And he set up the team so he could offer the opportunity to play football, but also engage with older positive role models through football. And that's something that Dan, what I find with yourself, we've got some key people that are regular players on the Saturday team, like yourself, that have got the skill, and Si when he plays as well, that have got the experience, got the skill, and then you've got all the different levels of players that play for us, people that have never played before, all of that, and professionals like yourself are the things that keep that team in the right order, keep playing, keep encouraging people. And it's very similar to what they're doing. They've got key role models, and then they get the lads in to just come and learn from those role models, basically.
Yeah, no, they're a
Call us
really good bunch of lads.
Professionals is a compliment.
Professional humans.
Oh, okay.
I always compliment you.
Thank you.
From sitting eating our corn pops, playing, from the age of 12, sitting over over Molsham where we play, when that used to just be a school field with a box of
that's
corn
true, actually. Exactly the same feel, isn't it?
Yeah, with a box of corn pop cereal, with my ghetto blaster playing the mega mixes of Prince, the most beautiful girl in the world, to you. And look what's happened. You're still the most beautiful girl in the world.
Thanks. Oh, I've got a red.
So
there's still nothing like sight.
No.
We've only had one person who came in with Holland. Do you really think Holland could do the Euros?
Belgium. Good in a friendlies, but I know friendlies are nothing. But
Belgium would be all right.
They've got goals, yeah. Belgium. Germany won 7-1 last night.
Is De Bruyne still injured or not?
He's not going to play in the first game, but he'll be all right for the others. He broke his nose and his eye socket, didn't
he? Yeah.
His arsehole?
That was the night after, I think.
Eye socket.
He it didn't look that bad. The actual challenge.
I don't know. Rudiger definitely meant that. You look at it properly, definitely.
Right, who do you think is going to be the player of the tournament then, out of every team that's there?
Jordan Henderson, early shout.
Declan
Wright. Pilar Rice.
I honestly think it'll be Saka.
I'm just so deluded. I don't even think he'll play.
How can you not play him?
Could be Jack Grealish. It depends how far we go.
And then everyone have curtain.
He could be the new Gaza.
Foden.
And Foden.
Foden is the best player we've got.
We've got loads of good individuals.
Peter Beardsley. He's always a good shout.
He's struggling with an injury.
Was his bollock fell out again?
Yeah.
His bollock was actually.
I once made, talking about Sabutio again, I made someone a team of Sabutio people that all had his face, like my mate's face. And he had a little moustache here and a little moustache here. And I painted the first few, I painted this little bit on and this little hairstyle that he had. And I put his football kit colour on that he used to play for. After about 5, I was just painting the whole face the same colour because I couldn't be asked. But then what I did make was I got that picture of Peter Beardsley when his genitals fell out, and I made it into a little square like a panini sticker. And then I made multiple copies of that on a piece of paper to make it into wrapping paper. And I wrapped the Sabutio team in Peter Beardsley's genitals.
Mate, how good would that be? You know when you get the when you get the stickers at on the first page of the album. I've got the album somewhere for this one, but you know when you get you get a page of if it's a World Cup, you get the actual World Cup mascot and you get the trophy. Imagine that having like a sticker dedicated to Peter Beardsley's balls.
Well, no, I'd go for the one. I'd go for the one in the centre page where you have to put multiple stickers.
Oh, the two next to each other.
Yeah, I'd have just that angle and one the chode.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make our own sticker album.
We could do.
We
could have Gary Lineker wiping his bum as well.
What do you mean?
How much are the stickers now?
90p a pack.
How many did you get in it though?
5.
Right. This is terrible, but
go on.
Last Euros, I bought a sticker album from my mate, and I went, like how the public perceive Elton John to be. I'm having this, yeah. I went into the shop and I was like, I can have all of these because I'm an adult now and I've got money. And I went in and I was just buying like every day about 10, 15, 20 packets a day. Because I was like, like watching kids just buy one packet. And I was like, I'm going to get this. I've never filled a sticker album up in my life. And I still didn't. But it was just a unique power that I hadn't had since I was a kid, whereas like where you have to send off for the last few that you need and all of that. And I was like, I can go in the shop and I can buy as many stickers as I want.
Can you still do that? Can you actually still do that where you buy the last
Yeah, you
few?
can. I've only ever done that. The first ever one I had. I've never. I spend shitloads of money on stickers and then just give up. I've done that this time.
Stick them all over a chest of drawers or a bedroom and just ruin the whole bedroom like children do. There's nothing nicer than you decorate a room for them and then they just stick stickers in shit places.
I used to do that. I used to stick them all.
Mirrors. Mirrors is the most painful because you can't
peanut
get off.
butter to get off. Crunchy peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter on a bit of kitchen roll, and it's got because it's got oil in it and it's got a bit of crunch. It doesn't scratch the surface, but it gets all the sticker off. If you've got labels on vases and things like that, you buy peanut butter on a cloth or a bit of.
I'll just add, unless you've got a peanut allergy, don't use it.
Oh yeah, because you'll buy. At least you'll have a nice clean chest of drawers.
You have a clean mirror, you'd be dead.
Yeah. But you don't want people coming around thinking, oh, they put stickers all over their mirror.
Chris Dabrowski has come on. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. Cy Green on Rudiger. He definitely meant that in a laid-back Raymond Winston manner. He reckons that it was definite, deliberate as well.
So on stickers as well, I had Castle Grayskull by He-Man, off of He-Man, and you got like a rug that you stick in it, and it went over a trapdoor. But I was a bit Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen, and I was like, I don't like it there. I'm putting it somewhere else. And then I stuck it somewhere else because it looked better near the throne. But then everyone could see the trapdoor, and I used to make pipe cleaner and toilet roll curtains for Castle Grayskull as well. Then set fire to them.
Do you know do they still do in the sticker album where you have to get a double and you stick it to make a bigger picture?
Yeah, imagine so.
You do occasionally. I don't think I don't think there's one in this one. They've got loads of little ones. So you've got the squads, and then you've got, for some weird reason, you've got.
Have you got your sticker album handy? Could you show and tell?
Somewhere.
Would you? How many people that you can swap stickers with? Because this is an opportunity. Well, put a shout out.
When I put a shout out,
is anybody else out there collecting stickers? Could you say yes, thumbs up? That'd be great.
Help me out. My man gave me a couple out of paper the other day. Look, a couple of.
Yeah, because my daughter wanted to get the sticker album tonight, and she said, "Oh, can I get the sticker album?" I was like, "No, you can't." And then I thought, I've had this conversation with my dad, and I used to think, and then I think, what does it matter? But I know that she'll do exactly what I did and get like halfway through and never finish it.
Yeah,
but
I've never finished one in my life.
But I think maybe we should get it because I think we could win this one.
But I know, like, bear in mind, I'm 42 stone, and when you think about it, all you're actually doing is spending loads of money to make a book. You could just buy a book.
Yeah.
Or download. I want to look at a picture of Peter Beardsley. Or I'll just go online and go to that little file I've got of Peter Beardsley and look at them.
I've done what I did last time and just started off, and then you spunk a bit of money on it, and then you think it is a waste of money, so you don't bother completing it. So there's no point. It wasn't even a point in starting. We used to, sorry, I say we. I had friends that used to like break into back of Menzies and that and nick them off cages and stuff. And I obviously I didn't agree with what they were doing, but they used to complete their albums.
If I found out you was a sticker thief, I would never have given you those corn pops or played that Prince song to you.
But I'm gonna come out of an exclusive right now, and I'm not proud, but you know Ren Pereira.
Oh, you just said his name. Don't say criminal act.
No. This is my fault. Ren's the complete innocent party here. Ren used to have loads of. Was it Ren? I'm sure it's Ren. He used to have loads. He'd have a big pile on his desk.
It sounds like Ren.
Yeah. A big pile of stickers on his desk. And when he went out to the toilet with her, again, a friend would lift the first sort of 8 or 10 or whatever off the top, and then take a load out of the middle and put it back. So it looked like no one had touched them because whoever it was, I don't know, Nigel Clough or someone was on the top.
Nigel Clough stole Ren.
No, Nigel Clough used to drive down from Nottingham.
Yeah.
His dad didn't pay him.
His little red tracksuit.
Break into a junior school and steal stickers off a 11-year-old boy.
Well,
that
you
was
know
like
what?
prime of
If
the
I was
century in
you,
my
I know
school,
where Ren lives.
stole stickers.
So I would send some stickers.
Both talking over each other. Tiscally, calm down.
Hold up.
Dave, hang on, let Dave go. He's the boss, isn't he?
I'd post some stickers through Ren's letterbox if I was you.
What, like a
compensation?
What's that program where the guy used to make up for things he did at school?
Stop being a bastard thief or something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Andy, go.
Yeah, it was quite a big thing. When I was a kid, it was quite a new thing. The Panini sticker album was because before that, I think you used to get those cards out of the tea bags that came with the tea bags, and it was a similar thing. So you used to get books, and you used to get cards in, like, so with your PG tips, you used to get cards of football players, and then you had to glue them into an album. And then like Panini came out with a sticker album, and I think it was like Mexico. I think I remember getting the Mexico one. World Cup.
Never heard that.
Yeah, I've got some.
I know he's been. And his chimney sweep. And his chimney sweep would come down the chimney. There'd be a load of soot everywhere. The tea bag cards would go everywhere. I do remember they used to, and they always had like, you had like that, a little bit of tea bag on them.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of it. Yeah.
Is this like some kind of weird innuendo chat that you two are doing?
No, honestly, you used to get cards in the tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything. Remember getting Spokey Dokies in there?
I remember getting stuff in the cereal.
Yeah.
Like you'd get the actual thing in the pack, and then they started hygienic. They left it out of the pack. It was in the box.
And then in America, you still can't buy
the little cars and everything. Tony's cars.
Good then.
In tea?
No, in cereal.
Oh, in cereal.
Andy was like an Edwardian child. He'd sit there from the age of 2 going, I want a cup of tea, Daddy. Tea, please. His little top hat. And he'd get all ruddy cheeked and red, and he'd be angry. Where's the footballer in the tea?
Loads, but they were like in the 70s, like these tea. Used to collect the tea and then, like in the
keep them in the fan.
Cards.
Your family must have had about 20 cups of tea a day.
Well, this is the point. Imagine filling a sticker album and you got like 2 or 3 in a box of tea. Imagine how much tea they must have drunk.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what's happened to Si, where he's gone that colour.
Mahogany. He's trying to drink the tea for his stickers.
Tannins.
He baths in tea bags.
I reckon he baths in tea.
He's like when you make a pirate map with tea and people still make pirate maps.
Yeah.
Not adults, I don't think. Unless you're a pirate.
I had to make one for my daughter's school, and she was well impressed. I was like, watch this, get some coffee. And then she was like, my piece of work stinks, Dad, of coffee. And I was like, yeah, but look how cool. And then I burnt holes in it. Do you remember where you burnt the edges?
Right in that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And maybe burn a little hole in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Well, not in the middle, on the side. Yeah.
I did that once at school, and I burnt the whole piece of work. I'd written it all, and then I went like that, and the whole thing engulfed.
What's that?
Oh, here he is. So with his lollipop.
He's modelling for some sort of scally man dating site. By the looks of it.
Sorry, I'm just putting the kids to bed.
Well,
Yeah,
outside.
then straight on Grinder.
I've got it now. What shows that lolly? So, is that pure carotene? You know that what you get makes you orange.
Ah, there we go. It's a carrot lolly.
No, it's one of them.
You've got it free in a box of tea bags.
One of them.
Do you ever buy a massive? How'd you say it? Chupa chup? How'd you say them?
Chubba chub.
Chub chub.
Chubba, that's what they are, isn't it? Look, it's a chubba. Chubba chups.
Is it? Chub chups. Is that right?
And at the airport, you buy a massive one that's that big. And then do you remember that picture of Wayne Rooney eating a massive chupa chup? But you start licking it, and then you're like, I can't eat this because it's as big as my head. And then you're like, well, what do I do with it now? Because I can't discard it. Like,
I've got to Google that now.
There's definitely a picture of Wayne Rooney eating a giant
licking
chupa
chup.
That isn't a photo, is it?
It is. I've got a sticker on it.
We have
walking
another
down the street.
user who said hi, but I don't know who it is. So hi.
I think he's going to come up with something else. Do you remember?
I got it.
Wait,
I just turned the light.
What's he wearing? He looks like David from.
A really poor picture that though. Oh Jesus, that's a toffee apple, isn't it?
What is he wearing?
How big are fucking apples? Excuse my language. Where you live?
Sorry if anyone heard any inappropriate language.
Does anyone actually?
Is that Colleen with him?
Yeah.
It's a great.
I googled. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I wanted to. What was the word? Oh, actually, I was going to put it on the group when the Root Soulfire thing went on there. You know when you used to? Is it Genie? That's it. Just remembered. You know when you used to set fire to a whole box of matches?
Yeah, Genie.
Yeah.
Genie. I googled. What do you call it when you set fire to a whole box of matches? That's disgusting. That's Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Was it Ben Mitchell from EastEnders?
He looks like a school geek. His lolly's bigger than his head. Yeah. Anyway,
what's it called? Two matches.
Yeah, I was trying to find. Yeah. No, I'm going to tell you now. I was trying to find the word genie, but I've just remembered it. And all I can remember about matches was Grandad's. Can I say it? Erection. Just said it. Remember, when you used to light, you had two, and then you had one in the middle, and you used to light it, and it'd go up.
Yeah,
and,
I remember that. You used to and it used to go like this.
Why was it?
Yeah, so I googled Grandpa's erection with a box of with a box of matches. Honestly, the first one come up with a YouTube video of how to do it, and then all the other ones were just like I didn't go on them, but they were nothing to do with matches.
I don't know what you just said.
You need to be careful.
What do you mean?
I don't really
hands. Matches.
You used to put two matches in the ground like that.
Yeah.
And then you put another one resting on it, and then you light a match and light all three at the top, and then the one that weren't stuck in the ground would come up like that.
It would pull up.
I don't know why it was
grandparent. I used to do the one where you get two matches and you get the silver paper from a chewing gum, and you wrap around. You put the two matches head to head. You wrap the paper round. You stab the match into the ground. Then you just set fire to the foily bit, and it goes. Just fires the match off. That's good.
I've not tried that one.
Are
we still live?
That's called Nan's Flat.
We are.
Yeah.
Join us next week for some more Pyromaniac stories.
Can you still buy matches?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can for kitchen.
I used to love doing that. You know, we used to hold it on the box and then flick it.
Proper risky.
I used to burn everything when I was a child. I had my brother used to smoke, who was old enough to, and there was that thing out of Star Wars that had TIE Fighter. Is it the one that's got the wings that shape? Yeah. And you fly it, and you press a button, and the wings fly off. Yeah. And I used to do that. I'd get my brother to blow smoke into the little cockpit first, and then as I crashed, real smoke had come out of it. I had a lighter, and I used to set fire to all me like matchbox garages. So it'd be, oh, that's where a car crashed. That's where someone killed a bus there, smashed it up there. She drove into it, and I just scorch everything. I loved it.
I remember my mum used to smoke, and there was a lighter on the side once, and a newspaper, and I got the newspaper, and I lit it underneath, and I was like, oh, it doesn't burn. I thought it'd burn, but unbeknown to me, underneath was completely ablaze. But because I'm holding the paper like this and lighting it, and then all of a sudden it went round the edge, and I went, whoo, dropped it on the carpet. And I was like, put it out, like stamped on it, put it out, and it like burnt my mum's carpet, but the pattern still looked the same. It was like one of those 70s pattern carpets. It looked the same, but when you felt it, you could feel that it was all burnt. So I literally just pulled the settee forward a bit, and I got away with it for years. And then when my mum finally got rid of the carpet, got a new carpet, as they were like, she moved everything out, and then she was like, what's happened to that carpet? Like, because it still looked okay, but you could feel it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. She went, oh, it's worn, really weird, isn't it? I was like, yeah. And then the other day, I told my girls, and my girls went, oh, you know, Dad burnt your carpet. Brilliant. Thanks, girls. Thanks. Grass. Snitches get stitches. But yeah, literally, yeah, I used to love it. I used to love, like, it's bad, isn't it?
Anyway, back to football. So Euros are happening, so that'd be good. Reasonable times as well. Yeah, everything's great. What else we can talk about?
Has anyone got tickets for the Euros?
Well, that's true.
No, are they all in it?
It's not all in England, it's around Europe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all around Europe. It's all different.
Where are we? We're playing Wembley, aren't we?
Yeah.
First game.
All of our games are at Wembley, I think.
Have we managed that? We've kind of like go crashed it.
Is anybody out there got tickets? Is anyone going to a live game?
No.
Yeah. Anyone?
Anyone?
Any Facebook users out there? We've got another Facebook.
You eating your? Yeah, I tried to look at that one. Yeah. Anyone got any comments about the Gareth Southgate thing?
You know, we were saying about
about being patriotic.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to change, are we? We're always going to be overconfident, and then as soon as we only win 1-0, everyone kicks off.
Yeah.
I think.
But this way, you know, how much we care about our team here at Mates, yeah, and any other team that you've been in, right? Imagine if someone slated our lot like that, an individual in our team or the whole team, yeah. We know those individuals. We know how lovely everyone that plays for us is. And we know absolutely they don't deserve to be spoken to or thought of like that. I think that's an important mentality to keep in mind with the Euros, because before people open their mouths, see it as, imagine it's someone you've played with before, and now they've got the opportunity to go out on that stage and play for England. We should be backing them. We don't matter who they are, don't matter who they played for, don't matter if they're not the best in that game. This is their opportunity. This is their opportunity to get out there on that stage and make their dreams come true. The dreams that you three probably wanted. I just wanted to be Michael Jackson, and that came true. No. Yeah, and it's that mentality, but we don't adopt that mentality when we're watching it. They're just people that they get all this money. They should be able to take this abuse from us. We can say what we want.
It's the same. It's the same as everything. It's the same as racism. It's the same as politicians getting grief.
Definitely,
it's where people have had a crap time at the time, or they've just got a chip on their shoulder, and they
jealousy
they
a lot
think,
of it as well.
They think it's going to make them feel better to have a go. And also, it's to do with being younger. I remember being young. When I was younger, I used to get really pissed off when we'd lose. Even when we lost to Croatia in the semis last time in the World Cup, I remember just walking off. Obviously, you're a bit gutted, but walking off, going to another pub, bit quieter, but there were people just being proper dicks. And then it's just how they react. It's just it's ruined their life, or it's ruined their sort of not life, but it's had a negative effect on them.
It's not what they wanted.
No, exactly. So it's the wrong thing to do, but they'll just go online and go, right, I'm going to send them a private message and tell them how crap they were. Like you were saying about the Beckham thing with effigies. Can you imagine if Instagram and Twitter was around then? He would have got absolutely annihilated. Wrongly, but he would have got annihilated.
Can you do you think it happens in other countries?
Not as bad.
To an extent. Oh, it would do to an extent, but nothing like here.
Yeah, it's weird because like out in Greece, I think I might have said before, like 96, it would have been, I think 96, no, 2006 it would have been.
When they won.
It was out in Malia. Can't remember, I was really drunk.
No, Greece won in 2004, they won the Euros. They beat Portugal in the final.
Well, was that? I know it was definitely 2006. I don't know what it was though. But the bars in Malia were open in the day, and they're not normally. We're watching England play, not playing Greece. We're just playing England and playing. So we're standing out in the street watching that, and we lost. So someone in the crowd turned around to like one of the tourist shops on the strip, picked up a Greek flag and set fire to it. We're not even playing Greece. Set fire to it, and in like that, we're just at the bottom of one of the forks in Malia, and we're on the strip, and within minutes, like literally a minute, 2 minutes, something like that, a car was down there, load of Greeks got out, batons, just beating everyone up. Because you can't do that, you can't do that either. But you can't do that to their flag. Their flag means everything. Their football team means everything. They've got the old respect for the flag, and they're gods to them, basically, the team. But yeah, it was just English people being stupid. We weren't even playing Greece, so why kick off at Greece? And that sums up the mentality a lot of the time. But on the other hand, I do understand that these are our best players selected from our country to go and represent our country and do the best that they can out there for our country. And if we know, not me, I don't know nothing, but if you're watching them, they're having a shit game, and they're not playing to the level that they can play at. If Declan Rice gets out there and he performs nothing like he does normally, then you would naturally be disappointed, wouldn't you? Because you know that person can do better, and that person has got the opportunity to be out there representing our country for us. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So I think
you've got to look at it. He's a West Ham player, so he's done well to get, they've overachieved this year massively, and then he's got himself into the England team. He's got to be pleased, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a young lad, and he's pretty down to earth as well, isn't he? When you hear him in interviews, but like you just said, if he say he made a bad back pass, and say we were in the quarters and the other team scored and we went out, all the Tottenham fans would jump, and the Chelsea fans would jump straight on that, wouldn't they? He's West Ham. Give him praise.
And I watched a program the other day, and they had Rio Ferdinand, Frank Lampard, and Steven Gerrard, and they were talking, and he said, "Why do you think England didn't do well when you were in the team?" Because they said, like, you were probably the best hope we'd had for years. Like, they were an amazing team, weren't they? Gerrard, Lampard, Rio Ferdinand, and all that. And they said, like, they just had cliques, and all the Man United players sat together, all the Liverpool players sat together, all the Chelsea fans sat together, and they didn't mix. And Rio Ferdinand said, like, I wouldn't talk to, like, and him and Lampard were really good friends, because obviously they went through the West Ham Academy. They were roommates in the West Ham Academy, but the minute they left and one went to Man United and one went, they never really talked again, because Rio Ferdinand said, I wouldn't want to give away something that he could take from that, from a club point of view. I'd be worried that I was going to say something that would give his club the advantage over my club. And he said, and that was probably why we didn't win anything, because we weren't gelled as a team. When we got there, we all still stayed separate. And he said, although you'd have a bit of a laugh and all that in training, it wasn't the same as when you were with your club. And I think some of the managers bred that. I think some, like when you think of Ferguson, Alex Ferguson, and people like that, they didn't even want them to go and play for their national team. And
I wouldn't imagine that that's the case now, though. I think a lot of younger players, especially like Grealish, like Foden, like Reece James, just off the top of my head, they don't show any fear. Like when they play, like in the Champions League final, Reece James played it like he was unreal. They just don't show any fear. Whereas a lot of the players are frozen on the games. I can't imagine. I reckon they're all just mixing and.
Yeah, well, I think that was the issue with not taking Lingard. When you see Lingard in those videos when they're dancing in the changing rooms and mucking about like that, you need a player like that. That's what Gaza did, didn't he? Gaza brought everyone together with him being a clown, and Lingard is exactly the same. Like all the silly little dances they all do. Imagine that in the changing room, and I think that's why West Ham have been so successful this year, because of what he's done. With that whole getting the team together as a team.
And from being an outsider to do that, to step into somewhere like West Ham and do that. And if you think like Peter Crouch podcast, he talks very openly, doesn't he, about his experiences at different clubs. And he's absolutely said there's been cliques at certain clubs where there's people that just stick to themselves and that's it. Luke Chadwick, when he was on here, he's spoken before about that. It's almost like he's there, he's playing at that club, but he's not playing with them. He's just there. He's not part of their social world. They've got their own little world, and you can't you can't have that bond. That bond is a very hard thing. It needs to be natural, and again, it's a hard thing to recreate. And like Mark Noble, listen to him. He's on Peter Crouch podcast the other week as well. Brilliant listen, give it a listen. Such a lovely bloke, but he'll openly slag off people from other teams, but equally have massive respect for people from other teams, and he can acknowledge their skill. When you see people being knocked down and you see the other team pick them up, I always think that's a really good sign out there. Just being a normal human.
I can't wait. I'm going to get the flags out.
You can have it on your car and all that?
No, just outside the house. I always decorate the house and bunting in the trees.
Nice stuff.
Good lad.
So you can go around there on the patrol and just take it down. You done many patrols recently?
I haven't, mate. I haven't been out for a while.
Brian, have you caused you any trouble?
We had a patrol last night of Chelmsford on our bikes. We went out on the bikes to have a little patrol, check everything was all right in the manor.
In the hood, we went an hour and a half. We was out, weren't we?
And was it?
Everything was fine. We checked all of the local where the hoodlums would be, and everything was good.
You burn each other's tyres up and that.
We done a good and all, didn't we? We done the whole of Gallywood, we done the whole of Baddow, Molsham, Tolkien, Chelmer Park, didn't we? Everywhere. Good hour and a half.
Everything was fine. We were kind of like those. What were those guys that used to be on the tube? Check everything.
Yeah, in America.
Oh, the Hell's Angels.
Similar.
What are they called?
Were you basically like Chips, but without?
Yeah.
That's what we were. Ponchiello and
Punch and John.
Yeah.
Little stop.
We didn't have donuts because I'm on a diet.
Doing well as well, I heard.
Thanks.
Slinky.
I've got one of them
I'm going
spin.
to be half the man I was on here soon.
Has anyone been on one of them yet?
What's that?
I got one of them spin electric scooters yesterday. Has anyone been on one yet?
The orange ones?
Yeah, the orange ones. Yeah, I hired one after.
You got the app? No, I haven't. They're quite quick, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all right. They're decent. I went round to Andy's, actually. Had a little go, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, it was good. I had a little go on it.
What is it? 30p a minute?
20.
20p a minute.
20p a minute. I think I was out for 21 minutes. It cost me £4.20, and I was out for about 21 minutes. Just
how far can you go? Does it not matter?
it goes long. It goes far. There's certain areas you can't go through certain areas. It cuts off. It
I
stops.
think there's a max of 30 minutes at a time.
You can't go south end on it.
No, you can't. No. It won't.
It cuts off after a certain GPS area.
What about
for more information, see ethichighways.org.
You can also report your things on that.
You can, yeah.
Potholes.
Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to get the flags out this weekend, out the front of the house, bunting in the tree, like a street party.
Right. Okay. What we've got coming up this week? What's happening Thursday, boys?
Thursday we've got football fitness at 8 till 9, and then we've got the mates.
What do we do if someone wants to go to that?
Then you can check out our Facebook page or Instagram, and then drop us a private message, and yeah, and then just come along, or come along on Thursday night to Chelmer and see what we're all about. And if you like what you see, then you can join in the following week. And then 9
Is it true
till...
there's 2 sessions? There's 8 till 9 and 9 till 10.
What? Sorry.
Is it true there's 2 sessions, 8 till 9 and 9 till 10?
Yes, there is. There's 2 sessions. There are 2. I don't know why I turned into Sean Connery then. There's 2 sessions, my friend. There's 2 sessions. So yeah, 8 till 9 and 9 till 10.
I've also heard there's a training at 9 till 10. Is there availability for that too, Andy?
Yes, there is availability. And if you look at our Facebook page, and you can put yourself down for the mates training 9 till 10.
What happens at this training?
Well, normally we have 3 up to 4 drills, and everything is fitness with a football at your feet. And after we've done that, we have a match at the end. Normally, try and keep it to 5 to 7-a-side matches.
Do you need any skills previously? Would it matter if I'd never touched a football?
Well, maybe not you, Dad, but you could be a complete. I'm only joking. I've seen you with that tennis ball. You're not Maradona with that tennis ball. I literally no. You can be a complete novice, or you can be semi-pro. We have people from all different abilities, people that have never played before, right the way through to people that have played at a really high level, and also age as well. We from 18 right up till I think 53. I think is the oldest person we have attend. So yeah, so there's no age either.
What if I had an injury and I was concerned because I haven't played football for some time, and could I just test the water and not be involved in everything if I didn't fancy?
If there's a drill that you don't think you're quite up to, then you can just step out. There's no problem with that. You can just take part in the bits that you want to take part in, and same with the match really at the end. So you can do as little as you want or as much as you want. So yeah, you can come on and see how you feel after that. If you want to come off for a bit, and then if you want to come back on again, there's no issue with that either.
That sounds like a really laid-back, casual and comfortable atmosphere where pressure isn't put on me and it's not like I'm getting whipped. Is that what happens?
Yeah, certainly like that.
That sounds brilliant.
And they're all a really good bunch of lads as well. Both sessions, really, really nice group of lads, and it's a pleasure to coach them. So yeah, it's really good.
We'll be down there as well. Si, Andy, myself, and others. If you want to pop down and just ask anything about Mates FC or Football Fitness Club or Mates in general, you're welcome to. Following on from that, on Saturday we have a football game, 11 till 1 at Molsham. If you're interested in that, look on our Facebook page, which is what you're on now. Click on events at the top, find Saturday's date, and just add yourself to that match. Okay. Kit is provided. Oh, sorry. Just to use the podcast for private reasons, can you bring my that dildo thing? Can you bring that on Thursday?
Oh yes, I will.
Lovely, thanks. I keep forgetting.
I know. I would. Do you know what I did in my car last week? Actually, Dave, and I told you.
How did you find it?
Sorry, I do apologise. I'll give it to you.
No, how did you find it?
No, it's been good. It's been all right. It has been very, very helpful,
Has
actually.
it relieved you?
No, my
What the
back's,
hell are we talking about?
my back's still screwed, but it's yeah, it does help. It helps temporarily anyway. It's a massage.
I got one of those massage guns.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Okay.
Could have said that at the start of the conversation.
Yeah,
I forgot the word.
I literally kept looking and thinking, yes, we are still live, and you're talking about lending somebody a vibrator. So,
And the side's back still hurt.
Yes, no, it's really good. It's got so you've got like a number of different heads with it. You can have a general one for just giving it a bit of like that sort
you're
of
not
massage.
making it sound any better, by the way.
But then there's one that's got like almost like a tapered bullet point, and you know if you've got like a deep like if you've got a pain in a muscle and you don't generally feel it, and then if someone really puts their finger on or their thumb on that part of your body, you almost cry. Yeah, it's got this bullet attachment that if that went into like a deep down tissue one, it really does a good job.
Can I just say, if you have just tuned in, we're talking about a back massager here, just in case you came in right at the bit around the little bullet shaped thing that you push into soft tissue.
That's brilliant. Physion.
It's good.
With someone with a normal back, because Si's got a bad back, you know, like if you just had a hotel massage somewhere and someone just done your back for like an hour, with this massage gun, 10 minutes of that in the right places, you feel like you've had an hour's massage. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good.
Well worth it.
Never had. Anyone had it? Andy, you had a massage at a hotel?
Yeah, I was going to say.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure.
No, you just casually went. You know, when you go to a hotel and get a massage.
I've never been to a travelling and got a massage.
Oh yeah, Adam Partridge pummeling my spine.
Si, can I just clear this up? Are you sure you've never been to a travel lodge and got a massage?
I'm 100% sure.
No, I'm talking about like.
So you're saying that basically the card was lying and she wasn't a masseuse.
No, Ibiza and like I'm at the Hilton in Sharm el Sheikh, things like that. There's nothing else to do. I just have massages all the time. I've
been to a lovely retreat, the lighthouse in Clacton. Done really nice massages. There is obviously other spas that you can go to, but yeah, very good.
Five Lakes is decent, I know.
Very good.
I had this woman that looked like Shakira. I was in a tent in Ibiza, and she looked like Shakira, and she was a hippie, and she's from the hippie commune. It was at Zoo nightclub, and she just charged you whatever you wanted to pay, and it was amazing. And then I said, "Oh, do you normally do this?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we do it in the woods normally." And actually, she said we often do it naked in the woods. I said, "Do you have a business card?" And she wrote on a piece of bark and gave to me. That's the woman that said that she thought I was a murderer. Do you remember that? She had this. She gave me this massage, and she's like, "Oh, you." She sat with me at the end. She's like, "You have one of the kindest auras that I don't know where she was from. You have one of the kindest auras of the people that I've massaged recently."
Like Rita.
Yeah, but tell me, why do you murder people? I said, "Oh, I don't." Because like I weren't expecting like the question, and she went, "But you're military." I was like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "You murder people, you kill people." I was like, "I don't." Like, and then I realised I've got a mod symbol tattoo on my back, and she thought I was in the RAF, and she thought I was a murderer. So I went back to my mate Carter afterwards, and he's like, "How good was that? How relaxing was that?" I was like, "Well, not really. She thought I'd murdered someone." So yeah. That sort of put a bit of a dampener on it, but we laughed it off in the end. Anyway, right, that's been 79 minutes, and I think that's enough.
Thank you for tonight, everyone, and thank you for all your participation. Really nice to see some of you guys out there. So thank you very much, and come on, England! Come on, England!
Yeah, would we have had?
What's that? Sorry.
I'm going to go on Amazon straight after. We're talking over each other.
Sorry, you go first.
I'm going straight onto Amazon and jokes gone now. Carrot, you go. You go.
We would have had our first match by then, would we not? By next week,
Sunday.
Yeah.
so we can review that. What we were talking about, we haven't got time to do it at the moment, as in we haven't planned it. We were going to do a live commentary, weren't we?
Yes, we need to do that.
When are we looking at doing the wheat sheaf? Is that after the
Yeah.
21st?
No, we just need to organise something, but we're trying to get a meeting in.
That'd be good.
But we've got big plans. We'll go on the road, like the
I think
Smash
you know
Hits
what we
Poland.
should end. What we should end on is it must be mates. Oh.
Or
Okay.
I'll
silent.
just stick in my mouth then. Right, look how dark Sai's gone now.
I know. I don't know if it's his tan or just that it's the moon's coming up.
No, it's getting a bit dark outside now, and I'm getting a little bit cold. I'm going in.
It's a little bit chilly. Right, thank you for watching. Bye.
Goodbye.
Come on,
Hello.
England.
Come on,
Peace out,
England.
everyone.
Come on,
To
England.